Come here, son, nephew, young man. Let me holler at you. Right when I decided to start this video, the city decided to start doing construction outside. Go figure. Anyhow, look, men need time alone. Sometimes extended periods of time. You don't always need to be in a relationship. Even if you're like me and you've had to struggle to get custody of your kids after a divorce and spend thousands of dollars in the process, like more than thousands, like I think I'm about 45 grand in the hole over a course of some years. Anyhow, even with that, sometimes I need a break from my kids too. Why? What do you need to be alone for? Self-development. Learning who you are. As a matter of fact, I need to make a separate video on learning yourself. Understanding yourself. Understanding your situations. Time to reflect. You need to understand how you got where you are. Evaluate your results. Is there anything you can do better? It's almost like watching game film if you're an athlete. Okay, what do we do well? What do we do wrong? What are we going to do next time? Your body changes, your mind changes, your perspective changes over time as well. So when that's the case, that alone time allows you to be able to reflect. Like once I got divorced, some of the best moves I made in life. Number one, I got some time to just sleep. And I tell you, for all of y'all who, anybody, if you ever want to know who really did what in a marriage, when that divorce comes, watch what happens afterwards. If both people flourish, okay, well, you know what, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. But if you got one person who's they're taking off and the other person's just bad-mouthing that person, well, and I bet you can tell what side of the equation I'm on. And if you can't, that's fine too. Anyhow, that time to, number one, rest. Number two, think. Number three, relax. I cut myself real bad, so I had to super glue that thing together. That's what happens when you have all them razor sharp knives. Eventually, at one point or another, you're gonna cut yourself. For those of y'all who've been watching the channel and know that I'm a knife enthusiast. Anyway, that time that you take alone is the most valuable time that you can have as far as your journey in manhood is concerned. I got married real early too. At one point, that was a winning formula. I'm one of those generations where we got to see society shift to where now people don't value marriage like they used to. You know, women make their own money. They're independent now, and they're strong, and they don't need men. Okay, cool, no problem. I got to watch that shift and live through that shift. So what I had in mind concerning marriage was different than these women I was married to. And it took me having some alone time to figure that out. I was raised a certain way and for a certain situation. And when I got grown, it was something else. And that's okay. Those situations are my fault for choosing the wrong women. No problem. I took my time to adjust. Is all perfect? No. Is everything trending upward? Yes. And it's going to stay that way. It's going to keep going upward. But you need that alone time. Even if you're in a relationship or something like that, or do you have a lot of friends, you still need to take some time, some quiet time to sit down and organize your thoughts and organize your life. I plan a week ahead of time for goals that I have a month ahead of time for goals that I have a year in advance, 5 years in advance, 10 years in advance. If you haven't done short term, mid-term, and long-term planning, short term is going to be 0 to 3, maybe 0 to 6 months. Mid-term, 1 to 5 years. Long-term, after 5 years. And your timelines could vary, I do suppose. And then, of course, if you're a parent, you want to look at the next 2 or 3 generations and what can you put in place for them. But if you're always on the go, if you're always moving around, sorry, that's my mother texting me. If you're always busy to the point where you never stop to plan, and you never stop to reflect, does it mean things are going to go bad for you? Not necessarily, depending on the pace of the life that you live. For me, I work a lot because, like I said, I was divorced and there's some things I need to catch up on. And there's some things I need to do to move ahead. So for me, time is very, very valuable. Really, yours is too, whether you know it or not. I just happen to recognize it, especially at this stage in life. So I cherish those moments when I can get a few hours. It's spring break right now, so my day job as an educator, I have time to get some other things done, because you can't give all your time and effort and mental capacity to your day job. You need to save some or exert the same or more, preferably more amount of effort towards your own personal projects and your own personal finances and your personal goals and what happens when the job is done. So I just want to encourage men, hey, it's okay to be alone. It's actually a good thing. Yes, you need allies, but what I'm saying is you don't necessarily need a girlfriend. You don't necessarily need to be married. As a matter of fact, a lot of that stuff is going to drain your finances, drain your brain power, and drain your soul. And that's another video for another day as well. It's okay to just be friends. It's okay to say no to certain engagements. It's okay to stay home. It's okay to not be a person who likes to travel. Sometimes you just need to take time to take care of you. It's one thing to do things to take care of yourself, but time itself is a caretaking activity in itself. You're welcome to like or dislike the content. Hit the share button. I guarantee you somebody can use this content. And as always, never lose the will to win, never lose the will to survive.